You're such an asshole.
I am I feel a little bit sad, but not too much because I'm sick and tired of having my time wasted. It's not even the time, it's the frustration. And this let us use this as a lesson for the client and a lesson for all future clients. If you don't get to the motherfucking point, if you guys don't have the communication skills, if you don't respond to emails, you're wasting people's time. I think this is at the atomic level what is slowing down all economies in the Western world anyway. um, you're just you're going to get one. You're going to get charged a lot more by me because I'm not getting angry anymore. I'm just charging more. Okay. But your life is over. I mean, it's the classic example where someone does voice to text on their phone. I don't think this guy did this. But you do voice to text, there's no punctuation, there's wrong words, and you're asking me whether you should go into nuclear engineering or become an astronaut. It's like, motherfucker, you too fucking lazy and stupid to do anything. It kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You can't find love if you're starving. You got to kind of get your food and lodging situation taken care of. Like if you can't afford rent, you can't really worry about getting the girl cell. But if you don't have basic shit down, like punctuality, showing up on time, hygiene, and getting to the motherfucking point so as not to waste other people's time. If you can't do that, it's moot. It's academic. The discussion of do you choose a CPA or mechanical engineering? It doesn't matter. You're never getting to that point because no one is going to hire you. You're not even going to make it into school. So I'm gonna. I don't have the energy to hunt down what the original request was. This is going to be an abortion. I maybe should have titled it the abortion episode or the abortion consultation because I'm gonna have to go and find. I don't even know what the guy paid for, frankly, because there were multiple requests. And so I'm just going to go through the email thing here. Okay. Public, you can address these all together. One, can you give me a quick list of ideas for jobs that are remote that you would have ideas on? Since Bachelor Pad Economics, you mentioned we should have the respect to work from home. Not everyone can, but make sure you can do it. I totally agree. Okay. The main ones, obviously accounting, because there's a shortage of accounting, and we all know Chad Elkins tune in later tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Elkins Accounting Hour. So accounting is a huge one. Also, the world of computer programming. All right. That one's a little bit harder to break into because you got to program, you got to code. General white collar work, not a guarantee, but for example, call center. I'm not talking like you're the administrator or the executive. I'm not talking that kind of white collar work. I'm just office work. All right. If you are a call center operator, you can have the headset and plug in and have a computer and off to the races you go. What else? I mean, anything that where the work can be done from a computer. The problem with that, though, is a lot of times they require you to work in person for a while before you can earn the right to work remotely. But and there's a lot of other inevitably pretty much every white collar work job that you do, if you get high enough experience and rank in there, you'd be able to work for. I know some pharmacists who just like tell like, oh yeah, this, that, show me the thing. I know a dentist who does x-ray analysis. She doesn't go into the office for that, but that's after being a dentist for 20 years. But running off the bat, customer service, the world of IT and computer programming, and accounting. I'm sure there are others, but there's that. I remember George Carlin mentioning the government, they'll get it all sooner or later, but they own this fucking place, a big club, and you and I are not in it. The problem is I have a paid off house in California, but it's paid off and have a large chunk of money in liquid assets. Hang on. The problem is I have a house paid off in California, but it's paid off and have a large chunk of money. Okay, so it's paid off and you have a large chunk of money in liquid assets. 28 male. I believe she will lay the house to me when she passes on. What? Motherfucker, you can't become a CP. What the fuck? Your mom? And she will lay the house to me? Who's she? She will lay the house to me. Bequeath? Give me the house? I can't say this because this is actually racist. But okay, here you make the claim certain people of a certain shade don't pay tax. Everyone pays taxes. Everyone. Doesn't matter if you're yellow, black, or white. The government wants your money. Every person and race pays tax. You could say disproportionately some people of a certain color don't pay as well. But and you've now gone from what can I do for remote work to a George Carlin quote to you have a house paid off in California that you might inherit and you got a lot of cash. You didn't ask me what to do with it. What is that your question? What do you mean? Okay, good for you. I got a pair of blue shoes. And someone like you made $40,000 when in Minnesota. I'm in the same boat. I have two main illnesses that I haven't looked into below. Would you have any thoughts on getting any remote paying job in my favor? Are you familiar with anything on this topic? All right. I'm going to be deadly honest with you. I think you're mentally ill. I mean, I'm not a therapist. I don't know. I can't run a diagnostic on you. And if you're not mentally ill, you have some kind of cognition problem that is going to prevent you from getting any kind. You're not, I don't think you're capable of becoming a computer programmer. That requires thought and work and logic and consistency. Becoming an accountant, that requires following rules. I don't know how the hell you got 200,000. Whatever you're doing at that young age, I'd keep doing it. I think your best bet is to get some kind of skill or trade that you can work remotely. And maybe that might be a call center person. But even there, you need some logic. All right. So you have obsessive compulsive disorder. I'd believe it. I don't know what the... Okay. Do you really have it? You're not right. I mean, obsessive compulsive disorder, that might be good for accounting or auditing. I mean, maybe that, but your lack of consistency and paying the fuck attention and getting to the point, your communication skills don't exist. They're not shit. They just don't exist. No one is going to, we had to go through 8 fucking emails. I had to keep jacking up the price, like, hey, pay, hey, pay, hey, pay. And maybe the $250 price slapped you into reality. We're like, whoa, hey, right? I'm being serious. I'm saving you $250 right now. You need to figure out whether or not you can even work right now, dude. Because there's no point in you spending thousands of dollars gaining a degree in accounting or computer science, let alone all the time and effort you'd put into applying for jobs that would be like a phone operator. I mean, you got to get your mental stuff squared away first before you even bother worrying about job. I still don't know how you got 200,000 You must be doing something. There must be some skill or trade you have that you're doing all right in. And what's the other one? What is IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome. You really? That's how is that a disability? You have indigestion. Maybe you shit your pants every once in a while. That is not a mental disability. It's a slight physical inconvenience. I don't want you fucking people with IBS. Oh, it's a really life change. Shut up. Shut up. Here's another thing. I don't know. You gotta talk to a therapist, man. The fact you think that's germane, you lack judgment. You lack discernment. Like, you can't logically conclude that this has nothing to... That'd be like, I got toe fungus. Is that a disability? Does that have an effect on the type of job I work? Not really. No. I mean, if you're a truck driver or a pilot, yeah, that might have an effect because you got to be in a cockpit for a while. So, I mean, generally white collar work, after you work there for a while, you can upgrade accounting, programming. I'm trying to think of anything else that's like very obvious or comes to mind, but the lion's share of your remote work. Well, okay, here's another thing. You could Uber or Uber Eats. That's kind of working from home. It's working from your car. I think you might be able to do it. Can you follow directions? Can you show up on time? That's another, I guess, self-remote employed kind of gig you could do. But I'd still say the lion's share of remote gigs is like, you've worked at this place for a while. We don't need you doing inventory. Well, I guess inventory you would physically need to inspect it. We don't need you doing payroll or accounts payable at the office. Log in to whatever QuickBooks Online and do it. But that's where the majority of the remote work is. You've worked at a place for a while, and then you get remote, or that you ride the trend as more and more companies say, "Hey, do you know office rent is really expensive? We don't need it anymore." And they start saying, "Nope, work from home, work from home, work from home." Here's a cheaper, easier way to do it. Why go to? I'll do it right now. Let's try this. Let's go to Indeed.com and just search remote work. Let's see what happens. Yeah, part-time factory service call representative, remote. Customer service representative, remote. Teleservice rep, yeah. Patient support specialist, product support specialist. Yeah, a lot of customer support. Collections, project manager, work from home, sales agent, sales analyst. Yeah. I mean, that's a much more expeditious way to find remote work. Just search remote on job sites. But yeah, man, you got to go talk to a therapist. I mean, have them send them this email, because it's not like, oh my God, I have the depressions and social anxieties. Oh, I can't go out in the sun. No, you're not making any sense, right? It sounds legit. Like, I can't conduct commerce with you. I got to charge $250 for you wasting all my time with all these emails that you just don't get to the point you don't pay. Do you have a short list of what jobs people should get today and in the future in America, not remotely? Anything that is in such high demand that you fly above the fray of HR, politics, corporate politics, office politics, certainly diversity and inclusion. Like, where if your boss gives you the slightest bit of bullshit, you look at him and say, fuck you, and you have a job that very next day because you're in such high demand. Your engineers, software engineers, heart surgeons, highly skilled tradesmen. Plumbers don't deal with HR. Competent ones that show up on time and aren't alcoholics. They don't talk to Karen in HR. Bitch, I bill out $300 an hour. I'll show up whenever the fuck I want. The short list, not remotely. Yes, anything that pays a lot of money. That's the main thing. And the reason why that's the main thing is because if you are paid $150 an hour, that means there's such a shortage of people that have that particular skill, and there's such demand that you bypass all the mental illness, that politics and woke agenda and nepotism and all the other bullshit. Brain surgeons don't attend diversity and inclusion meetings. They don't talk to Karen in HR. They say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, suck my dick, and pay me $500,000 a year. And fuck you again. And they'll say, yes, sir. Next, do you think California will ever release their 0.73% compared to the national rate, which sits at 1.07%, Property tax rates as other citizens of other states. Illinois have to pay a free and clear $25,000 or more in PTs. Your thought? What's a PT? What? Release their 0.73%. What the fuck are you talking about? Have to pay a free and clear $25,000 or more in property taxes? Is that it? Your thoughts? Now, do you see how much time you're wasting of people? No, you're not. No boss will hire you. Not one, because you're wasting his time. Do you think California will ever release their 0.73% property tax rate compared to the national rate, which sits at 1.07%? No, I don't think so, because Californians are all self-serving pieces of shit. And when it comes to their property taxes, like, oh, we don't want to raise the property taxes. Not on, oh, no. And so I think they would vote that any property tax raise out. Oh, they'll jack up their income taxes because it's the rich people that pay, not them. Which sits at 1.07% property taxes rates as other citizens of other states. No, I don't think so, but I don't know. 4, back in the old days of your prime, 2015, 2018, you mentioned you used to be able to find the Bureau of Labor Statistics and find out how a degree is accredited correctly and not just lied to by the college rebel scum of academia. It's not the Bureau of Labor Statistics, it's the Bureau of Labor. The Statistics Bureau is part of the Bureau of Labor. I'm sorry, Department of Labor, my mistakes. It's the Department of Labor, not the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Bureau of Labor Statistics is a bureau within the Department of Labor. And if you just search accredited college list Department of Labor, you will find it. And then you can look it up and it'll tell you whether it's regionally accredited or not. You wrote a list of accredited degrees in Bachelor Pad Economics and Worthless, but other can find them online. I did not write a list of accredited degrees in Bachelor Pad Economics and Worthless. I wrote a list, a categorical list of degrees that are worthwhile pursuing. The accreditation is dependent on whether the school is accredited or not. You can have a joke of a degree and still have it be accredited. That's all the liberal arts and all the social sciences and all business degrees aside from accounting. Though you could go, any university that's accredited, the degrees they confer in whatever, women's studies, sociology, communication, journalism, business management, marketing, those are all accredited degrees, but they're worthless degrees. All right. It is the school that gets accredited, not the degree itself. But other can find them online. Okay, cool. I know you know how to read the Bureau of Labor Statistics just like an income statement. Not all of us do. Yeah, you're looking in the wrong place for the college accreditation list. Bureau of Labor. Hang on, I'll just search it. Accreditation right here. If you search college accreditation list, Department of Labor, ed.gov accreditation here, ed.gov/accreditation. There it is. Where's the list? Look up a school right here. It's right here. See, in my day, we had to look things up in an encyclopedia or a dictionary if you had that in the house. Otherwise, we had to go physically to the library to look things up. Guys, you got Google. I mean, yeah, I'll search things for you guys for $250. Yep. Can you explain how to find the loops for future students in the future for academia and not just have to dwell in a shopping mall, fly by night degree mill, no BS joke? Yes, you go. One, your school has to be accredited. Okay. Well, no, let's back up. I'm really saying this is not that hard. First, okay, we're going to back up even more. First, you cannot be like nearly every high school graduate in America today and in the past recently and just, oh, I like this. I'm going to go do it. You must spend at least 6 months of, I'd say, no, you wouldn't do it that way. You need to spend at least 3 months of an hour a day during weekdays researching different professions. What do they pay? Do you like it? Is it within your wheelhouse? Can you tolerate the job? And then you need to go and physically see what it's like. You don't even have to physically go online. Matt Tran's channel was brilliant. The Engineered Truth, it's brilliant. What's it really like being a programmer? What's it really like being a cop? What's it really like being a whatever? And then once you find out what you think you'd like, you should probably spend another week or two shadowing people to see what it's like. And if you find out, no, I don't want to do that, then you better go find another career or profession. And then once you find a career or profession, like, yeah, I could do this. Not, oh, it's my life dream. I'm so happy. It's like, yeah, I can do this and it pays and it's not too much of a pain in the ass. Then you go and you figure out what are the educational requirements for that degree. And this could take you until you're 19 or 20, and that's fine. It's better to spend 2 hours figuring out what should you major in right the first time so you're not forced to go back, piss away all your money and your time, your student loan granting that all the millennials and Gen Zers did. So then you go to school. Now, once you figure out what educational requirements there are, you need to find out where is there an accredited program. Now, this could be you got to go to the unions if it's trades, you got to go to tech school if it's trades, or you got to go to actual college to whatever, get your degree in accounting. But that college and university must be accredited. And then what I would also say is on top of that is you find out if you could go to a community college or an online college for as much of that degree as possible. So you get at minimum your prereqs out of the way at a cheap, local county community college where the credits transfer. Don't fucking email me. Do the credits transfer? I'm too lazy to do the work myself to figure it out. So you go and you find out, okay, the University of Nebraska Omaha Satellite Branch. You get your prereqs out of the way, and then you transfer to University of Nebraska Lincoln, their flagship campus, where they have a 4-year program in accounting. All right. Or more ideally, you go to an accredited college online where you don't have to physically attend a school. That's going to depend on the degree you choose. If it's IT or computers, you don't have to physically go usually. But if it's engineering or the trades or whatever, you're going to have to physically attend. But you find the cheapest, quickest route to an accredited degree, and you don't worry about whether it's Harvard or how highly ranked it is, because it's the type of degree that determines your employability and value, not where you went to college. And the only way that matters is if you're going to legit Ivy League. And there it's not so much what you major in, but whose dick you suck and whose daddy your mom fucked and didn't abort you. So that's not for us. That's for the blue bloods and the elite and the true 1%. Sidwell and friends, assholes. I don't know. Maybe they're really nice people. I don't know. I don't think you can have that much money and not turn out like a weapons grade prick. I've never met anyone who had unearned money be a good person or someone I want to talk to. So you find the cheapest, quickest way to get an accredited degree in a legitimate field, and that's how you avoid the strip mall degree mill nightmare. I will tip my hat to President Obama. One of the few good things he did was he put those degree mills out of business. So you can thank President Obama for that. But then he just lent a bunch of money to you dumbass kid. No one went after the worthless degrees. It's like a body that has both cancer and leukemia, which I guess is a cancer, and you cured the cancer, but you didn't bother treating the leukemia. Don't tell me if it's also a cancer. I don't care. I don't care. Again, for millennials, will this be free? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And then you emailed me. taking all Gino. Here's one. You kept emailing me. Did you respond to the email threads? When you pay, I'll answer the question. Yes. So what is the amount you would like? I quoted you $100 before. I mean, do you check your email? Now it's 250. So there we go. Now it's 250. I'm not kidding, buddy. I'm here to help you in this regard. You need to get this checked, okay? Because there's no there's no way you're going to college. No way. Not for a legit degree. Not for trades. You can't do anything if you can't show up on time, follow instructions. So you got to get this diagnosed. And maybe it's obsessive compulsive disorder, but I don't know. Have a real shrink take a look at this. That's going to be more important than you going to college right now. Okay? Again, I don't know. I'm not a shrink. I don't know what it is, but something's off, man. You're not paying attention. You're not getting to the point. And so you need to get, and obsessive compulsive, isn't that like where you got to brush your teeth 40 times or something? This is, I would guess, different than that. Let's go to super chats. Maybe this will alleviate my pain. Atham never alleviates my pain. He's the opposite of aspirin. He really is. I don't know. Is it Mexican poops? Oh, and here's a nice girl that we all love from St. Paul. How you doing, sweetheart? It's good to see you. Atham, $2. That's why I don't get mad. Proceeds to get mad. I don't get as mad. I don't get as mad. The Black Blur, $10. Cappy, a school in the UK is now offering insects to students to eat as alternative protein. Man, when the global elite said you will have nothing and you'll be happy, they weren't joking. My opinion of humans is changing quicker than I thought it would. It's always been a steady decay, but I'm rapidly starting to wonder about sentience, cognizance. Are they even alive? Like, are you just a highly functional robot? Because man, everyone fell for it. Man, you people fall for, not you guys. You normie, conformies, and inferiors, you NPCs, you fall for it. You're imminently programmable. Not eminently, I think. Eminently. Vlad Elkham's in the house. Joseph Jones. Well, Joe, now you're kind of the most dapperly dressed man with the passing of Mr. Samuels, aren't you? Not that we are cheering that on, but you're up to bat, buddy. Oh, a happy man is a happy relationship, and a happy woman is a miserable man. Oh, 0. A happy man is a happy relationship, and a happy woman is a miserable man. 1, don't F up. 2, low overhead. 3, correct life philosophy. 4, remote work. That's not mine. Where'd you get that? Was that Kevin Samuels? Did you pick that, or is that just your opinion? You came up with that yourself? I'm not criticizing at all. That's very happy man is a happy relationship. Happy woman is a miserable man. 1, don't F up. 2, low overhead, so minimalism. 3, correct life philosophy work. 4, remote work. Very interesting. Very interesting. By the way, my minimalism course is now available, open for enrollment on teachable.com. You could find that at the Clary School of Economic Philosophy. That's deep. Atham, $2. S. Toy Tree Stone. Huh? Atham's on shrooms again. Dave, $5. At least I'm not as stupid as that guy. Price is raising again. No, Chad was running into this too. There's many things that go into pricing. The main one is the amount of time I got to ballpark on this. The second thing is how much research do I got to do? Like if I just got the answer, not only does I cut down on time, so it gets a cheaper price, but I don't have to sit and think. Now, when Arcady sends in one of his 900 billion IQ questions because he's got to swing his Ashkenazi Jew dick, like look at this, I'm like, I got to charge him more, not because I don't like Arcady, but I like him. But I got to sit and think now. Now there's more labor, although that's more of an intellectual labor. But if you're not communicating, if you're using the wrong words, if you're so lazy, I got to fill in the blanks for you. If you're repetitive and you don't get to the point, that pisses me off. And now you get to pay a cortisol tax. You get to pay a stress tax. So I guess it's the time, the intellectual labor or complexity, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with complexity. Sometimes it could be, but if your lack of communication, not getting to the point, oh yeah, prices go way up, way up. I get compensated for my stress now. I do. Andrew asks, how do I get the girls? You be yourself. Buy crypto, bro. Drive a fancy Lamborghini if you can't afford it. Get a watch, fancy watches. And just be yourself. It's so funny how ridiculous that all sounds now. Like that, thankfully, that horrible advice is now lampooned and mocked and ridiculed. Just be yourself. They just like nice guys. No, we all know. We all know now. Iron B 72, $10. Pokeball to help the headache. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no Pokeball out here. I gotta go back to a major metro. But I will. I'll park that in the Pokeball fund. We'll put that $10 there. All right, that's it. There you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.